Alright, Mark chapter 5. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarius. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs of men which an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been poked assorted by him, and the fetters broke in the piece, neither control could any man tame him. And always night and day he was the mountains in the tombs, and crying the Creator himself with tombs. But when he saw Jesus, after he ran with worship, he cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with the Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? I admire thee by God, but thy torment me not. For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there night unto the mountains of great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils brought beside from, saying, Send us into the swine that send us into the swine, that we may either unto them. And forth Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirit went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran visibly, and swine and herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea. And they that fed the swine filled and told it in the city and the country, and they went out to the sea to see what it was with that was done. And they came to Jesus, and see him that was passed with the devil, and he had the legion sitting in the clothes in the night mind, and they were afraid. And they that saw it told them how it befell to him that was passed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coast. And when he was come into the ship that he had been passed with the devil, prayed him that he might be with him. How about Jesus offered him not, but said unto him, Go home to thy friends, and tell them how great things the Lord had done for you, and had compassion on thee. And he departed, and began to publish in the how great things Jesus had done for him, and all men did marvel. And when Jesus was passed over again by ship unto the other side, much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh unto the sea. And there, behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the Sidarea, Judas by name, and said, when he saw, he fell at his feet, and besought him greatly, saying, my little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thee hand on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Jesus went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, was nothing better, but richer reward. When she had heard of Jesus, came into the press behind, and touched the garment. For she was, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall whole. And straightway the 14th of her blood was dried up, and she felt her body that she was healed of the plague. And Jesus immediately knowing it himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press, and said, who touched my clothes? And the disciples said unto thee, thou seest the multitude things thee, and sayest thou, who touched me? He said, look around about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman feared and trembled, knowing that what was done in her, fell down before him, and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, daughter, thy faithful made these whole, go in the peace, and be whole of thy plague. While he yet spoke, there came the ruler of the Sidonian house, certain which said, the daughter is dead, why tremble thou the master any farther? As soon as Jesus heard the words that was spoken, he said unto the ruler, be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him, save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the state, and sat in the terms in them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, why make ye this abdor and weep? And the damsel is not dead, but slept. And they laughed him to scorn. But when he had put, and the mother had put them all out, he taketh the father and mother of the damsel, and them they were with him, and entered the inn where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand, and said unto her, which mean is being interrupted dismissal, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the dismissal arose, and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years. And they were astonished with a great astonishment. And he changed them slightly, that no man should know it, and command that seed should be given her to eat.